Hello and welcome back to another very special episode of SDS Premier League Roundup. Today we got a lot to discuss. We appreciate you guys joining us as usual. Make sure you smash the like as you're coming in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure you go over to SDS Extra as well. We've always got some extra content dropping over there. Make sure you go check that out. If you're over on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating as well. We always appreciate you guys' support, and I always appreciate the host and the panel that comes together.
You're the host.
I am the host.
Yourself.
I appreciate myself.
Okay, that's good.
Because if I don't, who will?
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
But,
That's
hey,
true.
as you can hear, sitting next to me, we have one of the most handsome men in this podcast, and that is Ilyas Noriega. My brother, how are you?
I'm good, man. I've had a great sleep.
Hands rubbing.
Had a great sleep. My legs are a bit sore. I feel like I played yesterday, but I'm good, man. I'm good.
Sitting across from you, we have a man who is sitting atop of the Premier League table and feeling very good about himself. We have Fuizzi in the building. Fuglizzi. Come on, baby. And sitting next to him, we have a debutante, long time overdue, AFTV regular, Big Six, Big Dog. We got Turkish in the building as well. Come on, my bro. Had you many times. You've had me many times on your show. So on your right, we have you back on ours.
Come on. Years now, man.
What better timing than the result yesterday?
Trust me, I committed to this before the result. Just so people know, this could have been a sticky one today.
You said it before you came on. Imagine if you came on and we lost.
We're all 3-point collectors.
Hey! That's a little round of applause in itself.
I'm the second youngest on the table.
I'm youngest.
Yeah, broski.
We got really experience.
OGs.
Why? This is like Juve back in the days. This is an old table.
It's a good balance.
You know that Gareth Barry.
You know, Tony Adams, Martin Keown's, you need that to balance with the Fabregases and them youngsters, you know what I'm saying? But listen, where else to begin this week than, I would love to say somewhere else, but at the Emirates. Arsenal, 5. Yes, you heard correct. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
One more time for us. One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In French.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In Spanish.
Cool, laba saddex afar shan.
Yes.
Turkish.
Listen.
Yes.
Hade olam gel.
I didn't expect that still, but decent.
Hey, listen, it is an absolutely demolition job. A shocking result, dare I say. But talk to me from an Arsenal fan. You were both doing watch-alongs. You were doing a watch-along here. You were doing a watch-along on the mob on the Big Six. Talk to me about the emotions coming out of that game, because I don't feel like this was a result that was expected. If I said to you lot 6 months ago at the end of last season, hey, the next time Man City come to the Emirates, you lot are going to absolutely bop them 5-1. What made this result happen?
If you told me that 6 months ago, I would ask you when was the date of my death. You came to my janaza. And if I'm in heaven right now or not. That's what I would have asked. But what a game yesterday. Like, I couldn't believe that we got that result yesterday.
Yeah.
It was that we'd done the watch-alongs. I wish I was at the stadium.
Yeah.
I wish I had the chance. I heard the Haaland chant online. Calling him the C word. That would have been nice. Stay humble, the C word. Like, I would have loved to be there. Like, I can imagine North London Forever would have been rocking. I could imagine that after the first goal, it would have been rocking.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Liverpool, Arsenal, and you looked at me and you said you can't believe the atmosphere.
I don't recall.
You did say that, but you didn't say it was better than Liverpool's. You said Liverpool's was better, which is fair. But you did say it to me.
You know what I
this
did
crazy
like
atmosphere.
as well? They played Kendrick Lamar, Stay Humble.
Yeah. And I know
There was a lot of talk about humbling.
That's crazy.
I feel like that is almost like the
done
overarching
them.
storyline of this game. And coming into this game, that was almost a narrative of Haaland last time round telling you guys, be humble. Lewis Skelly, of course, getting a red card, telling him, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
I see signs going up, you know, Haaland, we're coming for you this game.
We came for him.
Was he humbled?
He still got his goal. He's still got his goal. Like, he's still left with something. So like, you know, and he's a striker, so he's probably thinking, I still got my goal against Gabriel Saliba. Do you know what I mean? But it was kind of an annoying goal to concede. But I remember you said it before we jumped on. You said that was the best thing to happen in the game.
Yeah,
them
because
scoring.
you see how we turned it up after that.
Yeah.
When you consider 1-0 up, then Havertz misses that chance, and then second half City get back into it 1-1. It looks like it's destined to be that missed chance costs us. But the way we bounce back, Partey straight away, you know, many times this season, because the performance level this season has been up there for Arsenal. It's just we've got a lot of draws in there, getting results over the line. You look at the way we play, we press better than most teams in Europe. We win the ball back better than most teams in Europe. But what we do from there with it is where we let ourselves down. But the first 2 goals against City, win the ball back, goal. Win the ball back, goal. both times, and I think that was a big.
Was that a result of Arteta's press plan? Because I almost felt like you had triggers and sets.
It was Akanji and
Or is
Ortega.
it a thing where City were just too sloppy and just gifting chances?
I think it's by design.
Yeah.
That's one thing that, like I said, better than most teams in Europe. I struggle to name maybe one or two more that do better pressing, better structure than us in terms of winning the ball back. So I think it's by design. And like Ilya said, when you have Akanji, then Stones has gone through an era where people called him world class. That was all nonsense. Stones is in his heyday, quality defender, but nowhere near world class. And, again, exposed defensively yesterday as well, because I think you mentioned it before we went live. That pass to Akanji wasn't the greatest of.
Yeah, when I was watching it live, I was like, it's not a bad pass. Then when you see the bird's eye view and you see we've got Declan and Trossard waiting to pounce on Akanji, you're just like, wow, what a bad pass that was. And all it takes is for not even a bad touch, just a mediocre touch for us to press. And Declan Rice, I love how well he presses players. Trossard's a good presser. Like, we had our game plan, and that was go for Akanji and Ortega, and we went for both of them, and we got the goal. And that set the tone for the whole game. Every time Akanji got the ball, every time Ortega got the ball, they were both scrambling. They were both like, okay, I need to get the ball out of my feet as soon as possible. And you could see it yesterday. And obviously, we got the goal straight away. We picked them off for the second goal. Foden, that was a terrible pass. Like, he angled his whole body and told the whole stadium, I'm passing it across the middle of the pitch. And that's 2 goals they conceded yesterday from passes across their own half. And obviously, you need slices of luck like that in games like this.
Yeah.
Like, you always see it. You see it in the Liverpool game with Kluivert. You see it in everywhere. When you need the win and things are going your way, you get that bit of luck. And Partey's shot was an average shot. It was probably going straight at the keeper.
But even like before,
like, it reminds me of how we were 2 seasons ago in terms of like the sloppiness and no legs in the midfield and defensively.
Yeah,
they got nothing.
Yeah,
I think they're far off what you was a couple. Like, if we're talking about City now, look how far they've gone in terms. I think a lot of excuses are made because they've won 4 in a row, but surely that 4 in a row means the result we're seeing this season from them. Have we seen anything like it before? Unless we're talking about maybe a Blackburn when they won it or a Leicester when they won it. Yeah. This fall off is crazy. They have quality. They've spent money over the last few years. Since the treble team, they have spent money, not wisely. But for them to be in this situation now, I know you said a couple of years ago Liverpool, but you weren't getting smoked like this.
No, it takes me back to when Chelsea were 11.
That's like when Fabinho's legs went, when Wijnaldum started to decline a little bit. Yeah. Because
look,
I get what you're saying in terms of the parallels there.
But the fall off now. The fall off is there. This is without the Saudi.
But it's
without
so
the Qatar,
Abu Dhabi.
I almost felt like though coming into this game, it was like City were almost recovering a little bit. Like the past month, they'd only really lost to PSG. They'd got a couple of wins in. Haaland was scoring again. Foden was starting to create again. And this game was almost like the opportunity for City to remind Arsenal, we're big bro here. We're going to put the nail in your title hopes. And that's why I was like, this game is actually going to be very interesting to see how Arsenal set up. And I was surprised by it because a lot of the past couple of fixtures, it's been tight affairs where you guys have tried to almost grind out results. But it was almost like you lot sensed an opportunity here. And I think obviously Liverpool winning yesterday put a little bit of pressure to be like, we have to go out there and win. You get the early goal. Haaland then equalised. Havertz as well. He had his big miss. What was going through your heads when that happened? Because I'm sure at that point you're kind of thinking same old stories.
I think you knew what we were thinking. I
don't think I could repeat your tweet.
No, we'll get. Can't say on this platform, but it was mad. Like that miss, and you know what happens after those misses. A lot of the times, the opposite team just go and score up the other end. Then everyone looks at Havertz. The boos go ring around the stadium. Havertz goes into a shell. He becomes the player that we all know he is when he's not got confidence. But thank God we scored like not long after they scored because that chance was like it was harder for him to miss. Yeah, much harder for him to miss.
He placed it wide,
and it went like a whole yard wide. It's not even like it skimmed the post or hit the post and came out. It's like it was a whole yard wide. And you could even see it from the first goal. He didn't want to shoot. He got the ball and he's looking at the pass. And luckily, the pass was bad. It bobbled. The bad pass helped Odegaard because if it was on the floor, I think whoever's on the line, Gavardio blocks it. So because the bobble, it helps it go over Gavardio's leg. But like even those two things, you can still see we're dying for a hitman up front. And you said it earlier, like that we've drawn so many times because we don't have that hitter up front, and it stems from Havertz. As much as he's done good for us, he's done a lot of bad for us as well. But luckily yesterday he turned around.
If we had a hitter, he wouldn't be as smug as he is.
No, of course not.
We need a hitter as well.
Nothing against.
You've got your hitter. You've got your hitter.
No, Salah.
That's
the best player in the world.
Nah, man, you're being ungrateful. You're being ungrateful.
How can you be ungrateful? Gakpo's been hitting. Diaz has been hitting.
We need a hitter.
Salah's the biggest hitter in the league.
Yeah.
You on?
We need a hitter.
Listen,
I want everything, though. I want everything.
You want too much. You want too much. Talk to me about kind of what happened in that last half hour of the game, because it felt like first 60 minutes fairly even, 1-1, or first 55, and then it almost seemed like either City collapsed or Arsenal just hit a different gear. And I don't know whether you want to touch on some individuals now as well, but Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, Declan Rice, I mean,
I have to applaud them.
That's your people, them. That's your people, them.
They have to.
Yeah.
I have to applaud
listen,
them.
some special talents, but talk to me what happened in that kind of last half hour, because it just seemed like the game completely
The key
went away.
was the quick goal, and I want to bring Partey's name into the names you mentioned because they all deserve credit, but so does Partey again. So it was a lucky goal deflected, but that moment I think then just gave us the. If a couple more minutes had passed, then maybe clouds start coming over, because we have been the dominant team and they've got back into it. So the fast goal off the back of Haaland scoring, that was crucial. And from there, I think it was we sniffed blood and we went in for the kill. When you have young players like a Lewis-Skelly, Rice and Partey dominating the midfield because Pep's gone technical and small in there. I get what he tried, but it didn't work. And we just took the game over. And from there, this is what Arsenal have failed to do many times over the last couple of years. Even the turnaround from being a 5th, 8th place side to now is put teams to bed, put games to bed, kill them off.
Yeah.
Far too often we go 1-2 goals up and we'll see it out, which fine is 3 points is 3 points. But sometimes over the years, 10-15, 8-2 against a Man United, 6s and 5s against Liverpool's, 5s against City. I wanted
we haven't had one of these in a while.
Exactly. We had Chelsea last 5-0, but Chelsea,
it didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same. Yeah, because these are big dogs.
Yeah, this is different.
When we hit Chelsea, they weren't the big dogs. But you said everything good about Arsenal. I'm gonna say everything bad about Man City. I feel like they came into the game, Pep set up wrong.
I was going to say, even before we get into Man City, I want to touch on some more of the individuals, if anything. I was going to say, because like Miles Lewis-Skelly, I feel like deserves his own round of applause.
He had a great game. Another great game. Another big game as well for a young kid.
You know what's mad about him? Why I like him so much? Because like, he's left back.
Yeah.
But his brain is like midfielder.
He's a midfielder.
He's a midfielder by trade. He's a midfielder. He's a number 8.
Arteta's put him left.
Yeah, he grew up as a midfielder. For England, he played in midfield.
And the way but even though he's left back, his brain is like, nah, I'm a CM.
Do you know what he is now?
He's
the upgraded Zinchenko right now.
Because
defensively, he's much better than Zinchenko. He knows how to win fouls physically. He knows he's aware of the box and everything like that. And then he's got the technical ability to play the passes to Partey and Rice, the technical ability to get forward up the pitch.
And I don't know why other fans are giving like Arsenal stick. Because Arsenal, that wasn't a celebration of we're fighting, it's the league, we're getting it, we want it. It's a what Haaland said, bro. Haaland said to Skelly, the other game, Who are you?
What do they expect us to do?
Exactly.
Skelly scored and done his celebration.
Yeah.
Like, do you get it? Like, this is more than...
I can't lie.
We're not celebrating for winning the league.
Even as a Spurs fan, I can't lie. It was one of the most
fam, it's hard, bro.
Yeah,
like, if a man try to diss me, I'm going to do that. That's lit.
What I don't get is, if someone attacks you, and they say to you, stay humble,
Yeah.
are you not going to get them back
You
on
are,
the
you
rebound?
are,
You have to
that's
get them
awesome.
back.
Well done,
And it's good
yeah.
for the storyline.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people are saying, oh, it's not a rivalry, it's not a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's growing into a rivalry.
Yeah.
Even though Man City have won all these titles and these cups and everything like that, there's so many factors into this that make it a rivalry.
We
now.
smoked the
And
current
it's nice.
champions.
Same
fam.
with Gary Neville talking about Gabriel shouting at Haaland.
Yeah.
Do it.
Are you mad, Gary?
Do it.
Yeah.
The guy chucked the ball at the back of his head
Yeah.
and
Do
ran
it.
off the last
Grab my
game.
shoe.
I'd be on him from
Grab
minute
my
one.
shoe.
Exactly,
Bro.
yeah.
And you got Gary, who I've seen you when you win at Anfield lifting up the
Yeah,
shirt,
like
man.
this, like,
Kissing the badge and everything.
I'm saying I'll
Bro,
get
you come from
charged
the era
again.
of this.
I'll do it all over again, and you can charge me
I
£5.
think people are always get a little bit rattled whenever something cheeky happens to them.
Yeah,
Or something.
yeah.
But I think it's part and parcel.
I'm with it, yeah.
I think it creates that little bit of animosity.
You need it.
It creates that little bit of tension, and it's always better. And I just think, listen, Lewis-Skelly, I saw him a couple of weeks back, North London derby against Kulusevski, and I was like, okay, I'm taking notice now, because even after that game, they were asking him, "Oh, were you nervous? You know, Kulusevski's in fine form, physical, he's very good." No. And I was like, fair. So, yeah, it's not just the ball ability. You might have something up here, but I weren't sure if he was doing it for TikTok. After that performance yesterday, I said, nah, that's a grown man out there.
But I've said it before.
Grown man
I've said it before.
masquerading
You know
as an
what?
18-year-old.
Yeah.
That is an aura.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's how we are.
Yeah.
No,
That's
be
exactly-
real.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
That is our aura.
Yeah, I
We're
was
like
gonna say
that, bro.
Yeah.
This is aura. No, I love that.
He knows what he bleeds Arsenal. You can tell him and Ethan. They're from the
he
area.
knows, bro.
Saka's the same. Smith Rowe's the same. Reece Nelson. All these Hale End boys, they understand because they grew up in the area. They grew up watching Arsenal. They grew up when they were younger. I want to play for Arsenal. So when he performed against Tottenham, it was a big thing for him. When he performed against Man United, it was a big thing for him. Today, the Man City game, big thing. Like they know it. It's in them. It's in their genes.
And he's being directed by good people, like his parents and his mum.
His mum. Like I've seen all the interviews when he made his Champions League debut. His mum was in the crowd crying, all that kind of stuff. You need that. And it's good.
I remember seeing him pre-season, and I said that this guy's a baller. You know, I like Nwaneri, and it's easy for the eyes to be on the attackers because you know they're the ones that sell the the papers.
Also,
and sell the tickets.
we have to give Arteta credit because I remember I came to the studio watching it with you guys, but I wasn't part of the watch along. A lot of you lot were upset that Nwaneri wasn't starting.
I wasn't fussed that he
Not
didn't
you,
start.
but there were certain people. But you remember there were
No, we
people
can't
saying, "Oh no,
rewrite-
how can he not
We
start?"
can't
What
rewrite
I'm not gonna
history,
do
though,
is,
man.
I'm not gonna have
We can't
revisionism
rewrite
because
history.
I feel like
What
at
were you
the
talking
time,
about?
when you're gonna say,
Did you hear what I said?
No,
I said we have to give Arteta props.
yeah, I know.
This is a man that
Because
knows
you're
what he's
gonna say
doing.
He's managed them in well correctly. But at the time when Arsenal fans were calling for Nwaneri to start, I feel like the team needed that creativity,
yeah.
and it's almost like now with the performance he's putting in, you guys almost feel vindicated in saying, yeah, we were right. He is good enough. He is old enough. He's mature enough. You should have played
You'll
him
get
earlier.
that angle from some, and then-
But I get your angle as well in terms of you can say it is good betting in because it's almost like different to the situation of Saka and Smith Rowe a few years back where the club was in the pits. Yo, youngsters, we need you lot every minute, every game. And can you lot put in man of the match performances? Whereas these ones, it's like, hold on. Let Calafiori play. Let Marino play. Once these guys fizzle out or maybe they're not here, gone. Get your 20 minutes, get your 15 minutes. And when they get their confidence and their tails up, now you get Preston. When Neri pops up, you're like, okay, now go do it in the Champions League. Okay, now come do it against Man City. And every time they take that next step, they just show that they're more level for that next phase, if that makes sense. But I don't think like youngsters need to be rushed like that. And I agree. It is good management. But then I do think if they were thrown in earlier as well.
No, if you're ready,
they were good enough to do it.
Yeah, if you're ready, you're ready.
That's the thing.
I'm just
With
talking
them
for that
two,
game in particular.
I'll be real. I'm finding it hard to find angles to hate.
Yeah.
I'm like, brother,
Right now
these
you've been
men are
unbiased.
special.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
men are
They
just...
done, yeah.
You can't... And Nwaneri as well, we didn't even touch on him, but that last goal, I think as
Amazing.
soon as he cut
He's
in
got
on
a
that left
trademark
foot,
already.
Yeah.
Good goal.
bro,
He's got a
Done
trademark.
against
calling him
Girona.
Iron Nwaneri. I said, fairs, man. What we doing here?
2 games and he's getting
Bro,
iron shots.
back-to-back games. I said Champions League, it was one thing.
Yeah.
And also there was one mad touch in the Champions League. that
Yes,
saw
I know
me.
which one you're talking. The
The
turn,
one-
the chest
bro,
and
it was like water.
Yeah,
I said, what's going on here?
Yeah, he's a baller.
But them two, you lot have something crazy. And I think people are talking about Lewis Skelly eventually going back to midfield. I want to ask you, as Arsenal fans, do you think he should make the left-back position his own? Because I'm of the mindset that Ashley Cole, for example, when he came through, was a left winger, made that left-back position his own, went down as one of the greatest. And in my opinion, I'm like, you look at England's midfield options as well, there's so much depth in there. Arsenal are always going to be in the market for new midfielders and things like that. Whereas that left-back position has been a problem for England. The left-back position has been a problem for Arsenal. You have come in now. You can own this for the next decade if you want to. Or do you lot think eventually you want to see him move into midfield?
I do still think he should get his fair run at midfield just to see what he's like in midfield. So I feel like what will happen at the end of the season is Jorginho and Partey will end up leaving. I think their both contracts are done. We've got apparently Zubimendi coming in.
Okay.
You've got Marino who needs to adjust to the Premier League. You've got Declan Rice in there. I think we will get another centre mid. And I think once we get our fully fit defenders back in the team, because you've got Tomiyasu, Timber, everyone that can play at left back, I think he will get his fair run in midfield as the left 8. And if it's not the performance that Arteta wants, I think they'll sit down with him and say to him, yo, like the Royce and Drenford episode, you could become the next best left back. You could be the next England left back, the next Arsenal left back for the next 10 years. Now make the decision. I don't want him to make the same mistake that Maitland-Niles done, where he was told by Arteta, play at right back, you're going to be the guy, you'll play for England, you'll be my starting right back, and then just be hard-headed and say, no, I want to be a centre midfielder.
Only to end up
and
playing
then
right
now-
back at
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I hope he doesn't, I hope he's guided
too
well.
good for that, though. I think Maitland-Niles was never of the level where, you know, Lewis Skelly, from what I've seen of him, and it's not that much minutes this season, but I love Tierney originally, you know, what he brings, his character off the pitch, etc. When Zinchenko came in, I saw the levels up. Calafiori comes in the summer and, you know, aura and all this stuff. Lewis Skelly's level at left back he's made the spot his own already. But the level he's shown in the games he's played, I think it's been better than any left back we've had since Arteta's come in. That's how good he's playing, and it's not. Nwaneri is coming into an attack that is screaming for a bit of creativity, screaming for something. I think it's easier to come into that than a defender or a midfielder who's been made to play left back coming into a defence that's one of the best, if not the best in the league. I think that's a difficult ground to come into for an 18, 17-year-old at the time. Seamless. The position's his.
Yeah, stay there.
If I was personally,
I can't see Calafiori playing now.
I'll say stay there, bro, because who's the best left back in the league right now? Who would you say?
Vardio.
Maybe Anthony Robinson. Not many.
And that's the thing that
you see what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the left back position,
the depth.
If it's not really, if we like, we're not saying this person. He can become that in the next few years. If I was him, stay there, because what you're doing an amazing job there, bro. You go midfield, as you said earlier, the England team, because eventually you want to go to the Euros, you want to go to the World Cup. It's going to be difficult. With the left back,
you got Kobe.
The left back is. The way you're playing, you're making it easy for yourself.
There's only Hall.
There's only that's it. But you're making it so easy. Like you're my Tuchel. You're my first pick. Yeah, you're calm. I don't have to worry about what left back I'm going to bring.
Facts.
You're calm.
It'll be
So if I was him, he's amazing at that position.
Speaking of English midfielders, there's one I want to touch on. Got 2 assists yesterday.
Man
of the match.
Got a pre-assist as well for the first.
You've
for
got
the first
pre-assist as well if you want to include
that
as well nowadays.
Those help, man. Those help.
That was the best pass of the lot.
Yeah. The first time pass to Havertz was beautiful. Yeah.
Talk to me about his performance, because I feel like he has had a lot of question marks over him, especially in this 8 role. And I almost felt like that was his best performance this season in that role. What did you lot make of that performance?
People forget that he played 8 last season.
At West Ham as well?
Yeah. He's not an 8 naturally for me. I want a bit more creativity, a bit more guile from my number 8.
He said that after the game, though. He wants to add more goals. He wants to add more assists.
He's admitted it. He said he's a 6. But that's not to say in the 8 position he hasn't done his thing. He has done his thing at a big level. Now, obviously, the criticism comes with the price tag and the importance, and that's another debate. Are DMs, CMs ever worth 100 mil? I don't ever think so. I think 100 mil is for the attackers, the finishers, the star boys, right? So when you come in at that tag and you're having games under the radar, maybe not 3s and 4s out of 10s, but 5, 6s, people are looking at you saying, hold on, that's the 100 million man. But it's not a 100 million man like Cristiano was 10, 15, or Bale was, or Neymar. This is a DM. So there's going to be games that not pass him by, but he's not going to be the standout of the lot or the top 5 of the lot, because his job essentially more often than not is to provide for the rest. It's not his job to finish, and it's not his job to defend. His job is a mix of both. And Arsenal have been dominant throughout the season. What we've lacked is the creativity. That's why we look at Odegaard a little bit more this season. Rice has been a top performer for us this season. It's just that he hasn't hit the levels of last season. But who has in Arsenal's team? You know, there has been a drop-off overall. Rice is quality, man.
I think he had a great game. His pressing, his tackle on Kovacic for the Havertz miss.
He almost sets the press in that position as well from the front.
The pre-assist to Havertz, where we got the goal. His switch to Ethan. Ethan, I saw a clip this morning. About a minute and a half, he's on the right wing putting his hands up, screaming for the ball. And Rash just said, you know what, take it. And he basically, that switch was so perfect for him. It was like, go and have a shot. Because usually those switches, it could be like right at the end of the game. It could be over hit. It could be under hit. It could be anything can be wrong with it. Tired legs. And then it's a bad touch. And then Ethan just took it in his stride, shot. And it was a nice goal. It was a good assist for him. And he had a great game. I think for me, personally, he was the best player on the pitch for us. I think him, Pa and Odegaard were amazing yesterday. I want to touch on Odegaard. I said yesterday and before the watch along, I said this is one of his most important games for Arsenal because he's been poor this season. Offensively, he's not been great. His press hasn't been what it usually has been. His final third actions haven't been the greatest. But then yesterday, he got the early goal and he was setting the tempo. I saw him collecting the ball from Gabriel Saliba. I saw him in the pockets that he normally is in, picking up the ball. He was running at Bernardo and Kovacic, whose legs aren't there. He was running at Gavadio. He was helping with the press. Like, we was having a 5-man press against their 3 centre-backs. Like, it was great. It was a captain's performance from him yesterday. And we needed that from him yesterday. And hopefully this kickstarts the rest of the season for him. Obviously, we know we love going to Dubai as Arsenal players. As Arsenal fans, we love it when the team goes to Dubai. So hopefully when they go to Dubai now, they get a fresh sense of the season and they can go on and push and hopefully chase after you guys some more.
Well, listen, we've spoken a lot on Arsenal there. I feel like we've touched on a lot of players there.
That happens off the pitch, though. Sorry, I'm going to be big platforms. I need the Arsenal lambs because I call them lambs that haven't been affected by Fabregas leaving, Van Persie leaving, and Sanchez leaving. Off the pitch now, we got as we're recording this, 9 hours left of the transfer window.
Yeah.
We've also got a second leg Carabao Cup semi-final in 2 days. So as much as we're off the vibes of a 5-1, if 11 p.m. hits tonight, we don't sign someone and we're out of the Carabao Cup on Wednesday, that Dubai break's very different.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's all hands on deck. We have to win every game now on the return. Whereas if we get a player in the next 8 hours and we manage to turn around the Carabao Cup semi, that Dubai break chilling, I might join them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Why not?
it's
You just see you in the pictures.
The next 2 days, the hairline's there now.
Who do you want?
I just want a good attacker.
An attacker.
Beggars can't be choosers, right?
I've heard murmurs of Nico Williams.
I don't think it'll be.
No,
I think it'll be Tell. I think it'll be Tell.
Do you know why Liban put that in the group chat?
What did he do?
And the reason why I cussed Liban out,
Yeah.
the guy who tweeted that, he had 200 followers.
Yeah.
That's why I said the lights are on and no one's in the house.
Yeah. It's true.
Liban, because what are you talking about?
I think
bro?
we'll get Tell from Bayern Munich because he wants to leave on loan or
Yeah.
a sale, and it's between us.
What about
and
Watkins?
United. He's rejected Tottenham. Yeah. What about who?
Watkins.
Yeah.
You go over there, yeah. I'll deal with you, Matthias. I will deal with you. You want to reject me to go there? Okay.
They're not selling Watkins, but can we talk about City for a bit?
I was gonna say let's touch on City because I feel like we've given our Arsenal a lot of credit. And City, where did it go wrong? Was it Ortega starting?
Everything.
I think Edison was
crumbling.
I think Edison might have been, he wasn't on the squad at all, so I don't know.
Obviously, Marmoush in the 10 you touched on earlier. Foden's disappearance yesterday as well, coming up against Lewis Skelly as well, 18-year-old. Talk to me. Where did that go wrong for you lot?
I think Pep set up completely wrong yesterday in terms of the three behind Haaland yesterday. They were positioned wrong. I think Marmoush, you don't put him in a game like this as the second striker, number 10. You play him in the position you played him against in Chelsea, where he was on the left.
He was thriving there.
He was thriving on the left, and he was floating around as well. And then yesterday, you've now pushed Foden to the right to go at Skelly, but Foden's such an inside forward when he plays on the right. It's an easier job for Skelly because now you're pushing him towards Gabriel. Gabriel loves that battle.
Yeah.
That's just a physical battle for him, and he loves it. So now you've got him playing on the right. Savinho, I wasn't fussed about. You could play him right or left, but I feel like the Marmoush-Foden situation was where they got it wrong for me. I think Partey took Marmoush out of the game by either man marking him or just covering the space where he was normally at, and he was just sniffing out the ball quite a lot. But with Foden, for me yesterday, that pass for the Partey goal was terrible. His involvement in the attacks weren't that great. He wasn't receiving the ball from Núñez or Bernardo Silva where he needs to receive the ball.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pep didn't see it till it was too late. He brought on Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, you can see right now, he can't play 2 games in a week. He came on and he still looks leggy. Looks like it needs 20 minutes to warm up into a game. You can't bring him on for 20 minutes to go. Then Marmoush got sacrificed for, I think it was McAtee came on. I think McAtee was maybe too late for him to come on. I feel like they just don't have the legs in midfield and the creative brilliance that they had last season. And I feel like you get that back by playing Foden in the number 10, where in the last month, like you said earlier, he's been thriving. He's getting the goals and he's been behind the striker and he's been chipping in with goals and assists with Haaland. So I feel like that's where they got it wrong.
I think Pep's mentally drained. Like, he's not used to this serial losing, bro. This is a serial loser now.
And he's divorced as well. He's divorced as well.
Yeah, like there's a lot going through.
Do you reckon he should have signed that new deal?
No.
I respect him for doing it though.
He did it.
If he bounced, it would have been a...
He should have.
You bounce out of the top.
But I feel like he kind of had to.
but-
Because
no.
if he didn't sign it, they would say, yo, the charges are real.
What is
Do you get what I mean? So it's like he
Nine's
kind of has to do it.
the album he retired in? What is it called? Quit while you're ahead. I think Pep should have done that with City. He conquered it. 4 trophies in a row, treble, and all of that. He should have, and then he should have gone, because now I saw him on the post-match interview. They asked him about Skelly and
He looked like
and the celebration.
He looked like a man.
Bro, he's like this.
He's just staring at the floor like this.
Like, this is not the Pep I remember. I don't want to remember this Pep. I want to remember the Pep as arguably the greatest manager to ever be part of this sport. But right now, he's becoming a serial loser, and this is not good for him. Do you get? So for me personally, I just feel like he's mentally not there. I think he's drained out.
Serial loser's probably a bit too harsh.
No, when I mean serial loser, I mean like in terms of
losing this many games.
But
he's never experienced it.
Has he ever gone more than one season in his career without winning a title? So I think maybe spare this until next season.
No, this is, as you said, Man City. This fall off that we're seeing.
It looks like they're not going to be ready next season.
I'm not calling him he's a serial winner.
Pep has so much credit in the back. He can have a season like this.
Having a season like this, you know how it is though. Everyone always remembers the bad thing.
Yeah.
No one remembers the great good stuff you've done. It's always one little bad thing. It overshadows your thing. It shouldn't be like that. But let's be
in
real.
Pep's case,
That's
though,
how life
he's
is.
set such a precedent.
Pep is an amazing manager.
Yeah.
He still is, and arguably he could go to any big club in the world and walk in straight away. But I'm saying, as of now, I think he's now mentally drained of being the manager for Manchester City.
What does he do to stop this?
But he's got a big part to play in this. I think the reason they are the way they are is recruitment. And you look at his recruitment over the last 2-3 years. I mean, Kovacic has come in. Come on. Yeah. Gundogan has come back. Come on.
Savinho was the only signing in the summer.
Yeah. They're not the level that we're used to seeing from a Pep signing, even if there's a young player coming in. We can stretch it back to Grealish a little bit as well, where the last 3-4 years, aside from maybe Haaland, Gvardiol, their signings haven't really set the world alight.
I think what's killed him this season is the loyalty to the players that have helped him get to this position.
They got Haaland for 9 more seasons, bro.
Yeah.
No, but
and you can see.
I think it's like a multitude. I feel like you've got the seasoned veterans like the De Bruynes who don't have the legs anymore, as you're saying, Gundogan, Bernardo's. Then you have the guys like Foden and Haaland who are meant to carry this next phase, not really delivering at that same level that they were maybe previous season. Then you've got the youngsters that are coming through who are meant to be the next Doku's and Savinho's. As you said, they're maybe not delivering to that same level that some of those other guys. Because when Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sané, Sterling, when they came in, maybe not Sterling, or it took him a season or two, but once they got it and it clicked and they downloaded that Pep data, it was crazy. And I think maybe there might be too many almost things falling apart. And then you add on top of that kind of Pep maybe tactically hasn't helped them in certain games and things like that. And it just becomes like a cluster
A lot of
issues.
people have given him credit for have given him credit for Foden's integration. I think it's time to talk about whether that credit needs to be taken, because Foden, more often than not, he has half seasons. He hasn't had a full great season.
Did you not say last year?
Last year he was the pick of the bunch, but it was more a team effort than Foden. Foden, he was probably, I'd say Rodri as well in there. So he was up there as one of the best players, but it was more or less by default than anything. He didn't set the league alight last year. He didn't set the league
27
alight.
goals, 12 assists.
20, but that's
numbers.
not league.
In all
competitions. Yeah, that's good numbers. That's
Scored a winning, basically.
But I mean, he didn't set the league alight where I'm going to look at this season, that last season, and say, yeah, he's a star just off of that.
I get what you mean, because
Every
a lot of
other
people said
season,
Cole Palmer should have won Player of the Year as well.
He was up there as a candidate, but every other season he's had half seasons, third seasons. This is another one. What, the first 6 months after your Player of the Season last year, you produced this. I'm sorry, I've never seen that from a Player of the Season before.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I think that's where it's kind of more alarming. The fact that you almost feel like those players set a benchmark and a precedent, and then they go on for the next 2-3 years. It's their era, whether it's a Bale, Ronaldo.
We don't know his position still. So what about how much credit does he deserve for this integration?
Yeah,
well, he's 25 now, Foden. We don't know his position.
And the fact that he's come out midweek saying, like, in the Euros, they weren't playing being my best position. I was like, brother, come on. We all watched the tournament. Let's not start doing revisionism now, and you're trying to cover yourself, and because this is now going to turn everyone against you. And I don't know. This was one of those games I don't think any City fan would have expected for it to go like this, or even this season, to be fair. But
Arsenal fan expected us to win 5-1. Like I was thinking maybe a draw yesterday, or 2-1, like a one-goal differential in the game. But
I don't
want
to be too reactionary from the game or anything. But should City be concerned in terms of Champions League qualifications? They're 41 points, tied with Newcastle. Chelsea are a point behind with a game in hand. Bournemouth are also a point behind, level on games, but is it a given that City are going to get top 4 this year?
Not a given.
No.
And you've seen their run. Their next 6 games are crazy.
They should be concerned because I didn't expect City's run to last this long. I thought it was just a little short thing, but but it's going on for so long now. You should be concerned.
Look at those fixtures.
Looking at their next
crazy.
Fixtures.
Forget Leyton Orient.
Forget Leyton Orient, the FA Cup. You got Real Madrid, Newcastle, Real Madrid again, Liverpool, Tottenham, and then Forest.
Yeah.
That's their next 6 games.
And as much of you guys are a joke this season, you lot are their bogey club.
Hey,
do you get what I mean?
Come link us, B.
Yeah.
We've done this twice already.
Let
me just double check.
Wait, no, you beat
it is. They beat them in the cup, and they beat them in the cup as well this season. Like it's a tough 6 fixtures, and these 6 fixtures could determine what happens for them the rest of the season. It could completely derail them. But you saw how much money they've spent so far in Jan. They're trying to get Nico Gonzalez now for 60 mil from Porto. I don't know much about him, but if they get him, that's more cover for their midfield because their legs are going. You can see yesterday Kovacic and Bernardo were completely out of it. No Rodri. They're not even playing Nunes in midfield anymore. Like, you can see they can spend money, and when it comes to the summer again, and let's say they get rid of Kevin De Bruyne, they're gonna go splash big on another midfielder.
Musiala or Wirtz they'll get.
Do you know what I mean?
I said if they miss the Wirtz wagon, they might be setting their club back about 3 years.
Yeah,
they have to get worse if they want to get back to.
They'll get a new keeper.
Have to get a Wirtz.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that now. But let me go through some stats from the game anyway. Miles Lewis Skelly game by numbers versus Man City. 41 touches, 23 out of 25 passes completed, 7 out of 8 duels won, 5 times he won possession, 2 clearances, 2 tackles. I mean, 0 times he was dribbled past, 0 fouls conceded. Bro, it was a flawless performance. Flawless performance. Martin Odegaard is yet to lose a Premier League game this season and is now unbeaten in his last 22 league appearances for Arsenal. Only Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney, both of them scoring 9, have scored more goals for a Premier League side while aged 17 or younger than Ethan Nwaneri's 7 goals.
That's the guy right there.
That's good company to be in. I can't lie. Michael Owen and Rooney, fairs. Yeah. Arsenal have now gone 14 Premier League games unbeaten for the first time under Mikel Arteta. Arsenal become just the second side to score 5 goals against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City after Leicester in 2022. And Erling Haaland had just 6 touches in the first half versus Arsenal, the fewest of any other player on the pitch. I saw that little stat.
Yeah,
that
did
came
you see
up as well.
The hate watch that they done. They put the specific timestamps and everything.
Crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that from Sky. I said that is nasty, nasty work. But we'll move on from that game.
No, we got to do a round of applause.
Oh, round of applause. Who are you going to give a round of applause to?
Has to be Miles Lewis Skelly.
Miles Lewis Skelly.
Yes, round of applause.
Star boy.
I feel like it's unfair on Declan Rice. I feel like for me, Declan was the man of the match, but the celebration,
the people's man of the match.
The celebration, the goal, his first goal for the club, his age, like it just puts everything into perspective.
And Declan Rice, even with his Instagram post, he's putting it to.
They're showing love to the young bucks, man, they should. They need to guide them, and it's good that they've got people like Saka in the team, Haaland boys, and you've got Rice as well. It's good for them, man. Happy.
Nah, fairs, man. Good win, good result. Arsenal keep trudging along, but let's move on. And we are going to go to the Midlands next. Nottingham Forest 7.
That was what an
I know we said
embarrassment.
5 before. I don't even know if I can count 7 in other languages, but 7
that was
nil versus Bournemouth.
So bad.
And this was the early kickoff on Saturday. And who expected this? Because last week I was watching Forest get bopped 5-0.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, hey ho, reality is here.
Derailing.
Let the season begin for real. And they said, hold on, brother.
Yeah, they said,
is that who you really think we are?
Yeah.
7-0. Talk me through this game, boys, because I think your friend, as you always say, Mr. Chris Wood.
He was up to no good. I watched the game.
17 Premier League goals
what a guy.
He's on this season.
Was played in the 2010 World Cup and he's still here. 34. He's almost in the PL 100 club. I think he's like 14 goals off. And I hope he gets it. I think he's on 86. I think he's on 86 or 87. 14 off. I think he will get it within the next couple of seasons. I think if Nottingham Forest move on from him, he'll go to like a newly promoted team, get his little 10 to 12 over a couple of years, he'll be good. But Brighton, the way they set up was dreadful. They played Hinshelwood in midfield as the lone 6. Hinshelwood. No
was that
and that, you know, this helped belabor stocks.
100%.
No belabor and 7-0. Like, it was a crazy game to watch. Like, the way they set up with Hinshelwood, they should have played O'Reilly. I think he was on the bench. I don't know why he didn't play. He might have been come back from an injury or something like that. But they should have played O'Reilly.
This was one of those games where you almost felt like Herzler, the
age.
Yeah, being too naive.
He would fit in right now on this table. Age-wise, he would fit in perfectly.
You may have a point there. But I remember the last game against Chelsea when they got slapped like this, I think it was. And I remember thinking, yo, that's a little bit of tactical naivety. And this one here, just putting Hinshelwood, who for me hasn't even been playing defensive mid, he's been playing right back, left back, and all sorts of positions. You then put him on an island, and I think they were analysing after the game, and I was like, bro, the amount of times there was like 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s where he's having to shuttle 30 yards across. I'm like, and he didn't help him at any point in the game. Think, you know what? I see a problem there. He just left him to drown out there, and it was like, Forrest went, don't worry, Morgan Gibbs-White, you want to give him that much space? Say less. Elanga, safe. Them man were feasting, and Chris Wood, I don't know what more we can say about him.
I know Chris Wood scored a hat-trick and stuff like that, but I think Elanga, that game, he needs...
Hat-trick of assists for him.
3 assists.
3 assists, and they scored like 4 crosses. Their first 4 goals were all crosses. Which was sick. Like, you don't really see that.
It's mad
like
that
4 crosses in one.
Out of all the wingers United have had over the last few years,
Elanga's
the best one of the lot.
Yeah.
And that's the one they first vilified as he's not good enough.
And it's crazy because you actually seen almost like the work he puts in off the pitch. And then like, I feel like with both him and Callum Hudson-Odoi, they're proof of you put a player in the right environment and you give him the right support, if you like. These guys can flourish. Even Ola Aina a few years ago, you look at him, discarded from Chelsea, was at Fulham, didn't really look the greatest, but now in a different environment. Nico Williams, discarded at Liverpool. And it's almost like they've got a couple of these guys where, hold on, Gibbs White, let's not forget when Gibbs White was signed for 35 million from Wolves. Everybody laughed from the top of the building like, what? This guy is on Wolves' bench and you're paying that much for him. Now,
look at him now,
look at him, bro. He is the linchpin of that team, basically. He's what makes it move. And credit to Nuno for building this team for what it is, because over the last couple of weeks, you've seen Milinkovic and Murillo form that centre-back
you
pair.
see them too?
And he's real men.
Very good partnership.
Dogs.
Very good partnership.
That's I've called them. I said them men are middleweight MMA fighters. masquerading as Premier League players.
Does this remind you of like the Old Forest? Of when you lot were watching them back in the day?
The Cluffy days, The Cluffy days,
We're Clough and Roy Keane and
football's back. I had to get there.
Do you know what's crazy though? The fact that
Brother, that era is why you support Liverpool, bro.
They disrespect history.
You know.
Come on, man.
them shirts on your jumper down. That's the Forest days.
Heritage.
No, but
yeah, they're 7-0.
Bro, I can't believe they lost.
They're fighting for
5-0,
Champions
and they came back 7-0.
That's
crazy.
They redeemed themselves.
And that, I feel like speaks a lot to Nuno and kind of what he's building here.
Do you feel any way about Nuno doing this, considering he was manager at Tottenham for a brief?
No, because I felt like, one, he wasn't a good fit for us. I think especially coming in right after Jose, it almost felt like we were getting Jose light. Also, when he was hired, you got to remember that summer we went through, I think, 16 different managerial interviews before we landed on Nuno. So he was already starting on the back foot. And then first month gets the manager of the month, and then we got bopped all around London. I remember West Ham, Palace, Arsenal.
Battered everywhere they go.
Battered everywhere they go, where it started from. So it was like, hold on. I actually think that was necessary. And I don't think it was a good match. I respect the way he went to Saudi, won himself a title, comes back to Forest and says, you know what? I know my level. Wolves, mid-table Premier League club, get them overperforming. That's what I'm good at. And when he came to Forest last year, saved them from 17th place. And I remember when they sacked my man, the
smoker.
Steve, you know, man.
Cooper.
When they sacked him, everybody, you know exactly what I'm doing.
He always looks like
But when they sacked him, everybody looked at it like, hold on, he brought you up. He made us what it is. Why would you do that? And then, said, calm down. 17th place. We're going to be playing some more resilient football. And this season, I think every week you've kind of looked at it and said, man, these are going to drop off. These are going to drop off. But I don't see it. I think they're actually going to qualify for Champions League at this rate. I don't see what's going to stop them. They've got the goal scorer. They've got creativity in midfield. They've got direct attacking wingers. They've got an independent system where they can be resolute, but then they can also attack as well. They've got strength in depth. They've got a quality goalkeeper. They've got dogs in defence. I'm like, where is the holes in this team? And you look at their recruitment process, it's almost like Chelsea light in terms of
they done too
bring a lot of players in.
Season up, they
brought like 30 players, I remember,
It's crazy. It's not good. What are they doing? There's no strategy here.
It's worked out for them now in the long run.
Now it's clicked. Now certain players have cemented and stepped up and they're showing themselves to be regulars. I think you have to give massive credit to Nuno. And as much as I could poo on him and say, he wasn't a good manager for us, you have to give this the credit it deserves for sure. Do you not think they get Champions League then?
I would hope they do, but I don't think they
Everybody wants them
Still
to,
early.
but
I don't think
47 points, bro. 6 points ahead of everyone else.
Continue playing the way you're playing, man.
They're 6 points. Yeah, just keep playing out. It's tough to play every game now without any pressure for them, which I think will make them drop off. You've got obviously City, Newcastle, and Chelsea behind them. You've got Bournemouth trying to sneakily come up. You've got Aston Villa who haven't really hit stride yet. So I think any one of those teams could just easily overtake.
6 points is nice.
Easily?
6 points is nice. It's nice, but remember, we've seen a lot of 6 point leads.
Record in the league as well.
No, they're very
that's
good.
with
They're
the
very
5-0.
good. I'm just worried. Yeah, I'm just worried about them not being in this position before. That's what worries me.
Because there's no European football as well.
Yeah, but that sometimes hinders a lot of teams, man. That 1 week break.
Yeah.
You have a 7-0 and you just want to keep playing. And then now you've got the long break to sit on it and think about it all week. And then you play again. Like a lot of teams play better with the Sunday, Wednesday. Sunday, Wednesday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even you guys, it's better to have that kind of momentum going into games because then you can just kick on and keep going. But
they're in Dubai right now.
who, Nottingham Forest?
Yeah.
Swear.
No, rightly so. They deserve it.
Yeah,
they deserve a little weekend. This is the kind of weekends where you give them a little break.
Yeah.
Should Brighton be worried with Hurstler?
No, man, they shouldn't be worried. Yesterday's game reminded me of De Zerbi.
That's what I was going to say.
It was just run and gun. Let's hope for the best. You score, we score. Even though they scored no goals yesterday, they played Hinshaw with the midfield by himself.
Yeah.
João Pedro, I don't know what he's been on this season.
But I think the game would have definitely, if Welbeck's goal went in, that game would have changed.
Because they had a couple of chances.
I don't think it would have changed.
The ball that crossed, like, do you
the
know
one
what? Come on, man, that ball crossed it. It's, you know what?
That's what technology's there for, man.
It's a bump though. It's a mad thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like an inch.
Just a little bit of the ball not going past,
Yeah.
and they're saying, nah, it's not a goal.
True, though, that's the rules, man.
Gone past the line though.
Not
So
the
if
whole
I
ball.
go past the red light just by a little bit, I get a ticket. I get 3 points, fam.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like the red light, traffic light.
I don't think you pass it
You
completely.
get it, yeah. If you
I think you pass the line, bro.
I think if you drive through it, it's a ticket.
I feel like flash.
I feel like if you stop
before.
I feel like if you stop, you can just further it on the
Imagine
boot.
It's just on the line. I think you're right.
It's like the yellow box. If you're just
Test it out.
if you're edging out the yellow box, you're good.
Yeah.
Alright, if you're okay. What about when you test the shower? You put the shower on warm water.
Yeah.
You put your hand in. Are you wet?
No,
You wet, fam?
your hands wet.
You're like, don't touch me. You're wet. Do you know that one? That's how it is.
You went 0 for 3 there. You know
That's
that.
a goal. That's a goal. But I think if that went in, if that was a goal,
It would've changed.
it would have changed. It would have changed the game. Yeah, 100%. But
I don't think it would change the game. I still
you
feel
know
like
what?
they would
I
have
think
popped them
so. It
7
would've
goals.
Do you know what I really feel like could have been the biggest game
no,
changer?
but like, okay, 7-1.
Do you know what I feel like could have been the biggest game changer for Brighton? Maybe not in this game, but it could have been a game changer. Accepting that 90 million for Kaori Mitoma.
See, I'm surprised he played.
What did you guys make of
But
them?
I don't know what
rejecting that bid?
they're mad. 90 million.
Bro, they're known
Bro,
for
they
being a
go
selling
back to
club.
university and find a player like him again.
Yeah.
Go back to uni.
Yeah.
Find him. 90 million.
Fam.
90 M's.
I'm sure there's a lot of players that
For
don't
Matoma,
hesitation.
you're moving.
They're getting ahead of
and they said
themselves.
no, they're
Yeah.
bugging.
They-
But what, they
'cause it
sold
was initially, I
Container
think,
for 100 M's.
Yeah.
They said
Moving
60,
money.
and then
They
who was it?
rejected
What
that.
club was it again?
Al Nassr.
Al Nassr was like, yo, we got 90 mil waiting for
Take
you guys.
it,
And they
take
said, no,
it.
we're not taking that. And it's dumb as well.
I would've
Some
gave you a
they're-
player.
They're a selling club.
Gone to their heads.
Yeah, they're a selling club normally. They
not gonna
normally
get
like
that
to buy
again.
the players and then sell them on for a higher profit.
Man, bro, you got
Yeah.
Enciso there, you got Minte.
There must have been something
guys
behind.
loaded there.
There must have been something behind the scenes. It must have been
They
maybe
both
like a
thought they could
payment
get
plan,
more.
or
That's
something
why I
like that.
think Hurstler is under a bit of pressure now because the last few Brighton managers have maintained the top 7-8 finish.
Yeah.
And a bit of belief, optimism. Players go out, players come in. There's still a certain standard, a certain level of quality. You start dropping down the table a bit, and someone comes in for Believer, you cannot be demanding 100 mil when that player will probably push for a transfer.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
not
exactly,
so
yeah.
rosy.
Yeah.
So there is murmurs and there's pressure on him now because what are they 10th in the league? Or
Yeah, they're 10th
Yeah.
in the league, and there's that 7-0. Let's not forget, Palace is like a derby to them as well.
Yeah.
They lost that game 3-1 at home. Recently lost to Everton as well at home. So there's been a couple of like the Chelsea result, the Liverpool result. Well, Liverpool back to back to be fair. So yeah, there's been a couple of results there that I think have definitely made the Brighton fans think, did we upgrade it essentially on the Zerbi? And is the gravy train of what we've been kind of cooking over the past couple of seasons?
They're nervous because Brighton, they're probably the best at selling their best players and finding a replacement straight away and it clicking.
Their recruitment, yeah.
Yeah, so with the Matoma thing, it's like, what? We never sold him for 90 million.
Yeah, I think even Brighton fans are
It's a
probably
bit
like, yo, let
weird.
him
Do you know
go,
what I
mate.
mean? Because if you let him go, we'll get another university student
That's what I'm saying.
studied
Something
the
must
game.
happen behind the scenes for it
Yeah,
to not
They've
happen.
still got
Something's
wingers.
not
So
right.
they got
got
Minte
Minte.
and
They got Minte. They
the other
got. I mean, let me get their squad up now.
They've got Ruto who plays on the wing sometimes.
Brazier and Gruder,
Yeah.
who's barely been used this season.
Adingra.
João Pedro, Adingra.
And Adingra's what?
Solly
Young,
March.
innit? 20,
Yeah,
21.
Dinger's a baby. Yeah,
Solly
yeah.
March, you haven't seen
Minte's a
much.
baby.
19 mil
Yeah.
for Matoma, bro.
Yeah,
I'll take that for Martinelli, bro.
Oh, why couldn't they just bring that to Arsenal?
Even half of them and said,
Give us half. Give us
got
half.
a young guy,
you a chance.
Brazilian.
We got a young Brazilian, young Brazilian.
They should have done that.
Nah, for real.
And you know the Saudi league, all these like leagues, they love their like South Americans, so they could easily just
fully.
Gabriel Martinelli. Yeah.
Let me read out some stats from the game. Nottingham Forest are on the second side in the Premier League to lose a game by 5+ goals and then follow it up immediately with winning their next game 5+ goals. Last team to do it was Sheffield Wednesday in '97. We'll remember that one.
Oh yeah, you two. I feel like you lot watch Match of the Day now.
It was on the it was called the Premiership back then.
Yeah,
on ITV.
We're champions that
It's a beautiful day.
Copyright.
I remember that one. That guy with the glasses.
Yeah,
Great
Des
hair.
Lynam.
Yeah.
Real G's, come
Who was
on.
before? Jimmy Hill.
Yes,
With the
Jimmy
chin.
Hill, Sunday. Do you remember Jimmy Hill's Sunday supplement?
Yeah,
when they all used to read the newspapers and that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was quality.
You man,
man.
chat shit. You see,
that one I don't remember.
You man missed out,
Yeah,
on
I missed-
Golazzo, Serie A
I used
90.
to watch
Oh,
it.
I was there, I was there.
Yeah, I know about that.
There
It was on
now.
ITV.
It was on ITV. It was on ITV. Channel 4.
Channel 4.
That one I was there. That one I
Channel
was there.
4.
If I was there for Premiership.
Do you remember
But
that? Even,
this
do you
Jimmy
remember that-
Nottingham, I wasn't. I
Do
didn't
you remember
remember.
they even tried to bring it back for a bit to Channel
Yeah,
5?
yeah.
With
Yeah.
James Richardson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Bro,
see, I
quality,
don't know.
quality,
Yeah.
man.
Damn.
But Chris Wood has scored 15 plus Premier League goals in the campaign for the first time in his career. Bro is setting new. What do we say he finishes off this season with? Put a number on it.
22.
22?
5 more goals.
20, just to be a different one.
21?
26.
26.
Ooh.
I got 24.
I do want him to get
24.
that. I want him to be in the P100, man.
24, 25.
I want him
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
P100 club, man.
You reckon he breaks it? The
14
300?
goals, man. 14 goals.
Can I ask you, man, something now? It came up on another with Watkins
No,
being
I
linked to
wouldn't.
Arsenal.
For you guys, obviously.
Yeah,
for
no,
us,
with Watkins being linked to Arsenal, the
everything's about
tag
you, bro.
was Prem proven, yeah, and I argued that because Prem proven to me used to mean 20 goals a year striker. Is Watkins Prem proven and is Wood Prem proven?
Watkins, I think, is Prem proven.
Yes.
Because he had the 20 goal, I think, how many assists was it? Like 15 assists?
19 goals,
19 goals. And
But then is Solanke Prem proven? Because he had
No.
19 last year.
No,
as well.
I feel like Solanke needs one more season of that.
I think that
to
was
be
always
Prem-
the thing people
Yeah.
were saying about Solanke when he signed for us. They were like, yo, you should have maybe left him there one more season. But then, listen, I think Watkins has got double figures pretty much in every season he's played in the Premier
Yeah.
League. Maybe not 20 per se, but it's 14,
Wood has
11,
as well, similar,
15, 19, and 10.
Yeah, Wood's got that.
Chris,
as well,
Chris Wood actually has a good
And
record.
the,
I mean, if Arsenal want to go get Chris Wood, I ain't mad at it.
Hey, man, I
Go
wouldn't
for
be
it.
mad at that.
Chris Wood would be better than Sterling, bro. I'll be real with you, bro.
Yeah.
That's where the position. What, 7
Hey.
hours to go?
Yeah,
Boy
give me-
from Northwest.
I wonder how much they want.
Well,
Chris
you
Wood
take him, yeah? You take Chris Wood, didn't it?
for. Right now, and the fire is on.
No,
and
forget
the way
right
we
now.
play the balls into the box.
forget
he'd be
about
feasting.
you take him,
set
innit?
piece.
He'd be feasting.
Anthony Elanga has provided 3 assists against Brighton, becoming just the second player to have a hat-trick of assists in the Premier League after Cole Palmer. Elanga has now provided more league assists than any other Man United player since he left the club at the start of last season.
Elanga. I think third most assists, isn't it?
He saw the light, bro. He said, I can't be here. I'm
Who
gone.
you giving the round of applause to from this game?
For today, you have to give it to Christopher Wood, who's up to no good. Hey, hat-trick, man. 34 years old, on his way to Premier League, 100 club. I hope he gets it. And shout out to Nottingham Forest, man. Hopefully they get Champions League. Hopefully they beat you. Oh, you lot have already played twice, damn. Hopefully we beat them at least.
Yeah.
I think we ain't played them twice, yeah.
And you know what? Actually, perfect place to move on to. Let's move on to the South Coast at the Vitality Stadium, where Bournemouth, unbeaten in the last 12 games, looking like the form team of the Premier League, came up against the top dogs in the Premier League. Who is he?
Can we? Okay, cool.
2-0. You walk away from the Vitality. Did you go to the game?
This is the thing. Nah, I didn't go
Because I
to the
know
game.
nowadays they be sending them left, right,
I
everywhere,
mean,
you know what I mean?
no,
Club
yeah,
mascot and
Listen
that.
to this,
Yeah.
guys. Listen to this.
Why don't they send you to like Bournemouth for away games?
Why don't they let you walk out of Virgin?
Because Bournemouth's kinda local.
I know.
Couple hours.
I've got quite a few games.
Couple
But that
hours.
one I didn't
You
go.
got a new car as well, why not?
Can we
Is
speak
this-
can we speak of the game?
Is this the sign of champions?
Okay. Can we speak of the game? This is
Yeah,
yes, it is.
that's
It
it,
is.
yeah.
Of course, it's at the champions. Let me tell you why.
Because Bournemouth played really well.
Every single it got to the point. Yeah, we had. You remember that period in November when we everyone from Rome, from even overseas. We had Real Madrid.
Yeah.
We had that, and everyone was
Leverkusen.
saying, "This is what we're gonna. This is Liverpool. We're gonna test them out and see them here." Then it got to the point where people are saying, "Nah, wait, they're gonna play Brentford and Bournemouth. That's the team that's gonna derail them." You said Bournemouth unbeaten in 11.
12.
No, but they were, I'm sure it was 11.
12.
Yeah.
Is it 12 now?
12.
Okay, unbeaten in 12. We're unbeaten in 18. We're unbeaten in 18. What about, why is no one saying that? When it comes to teams that are unbeaten, what about Leverkusen? Last season.
Whole season.
What happened when they played us?
4-0.
Lille. What about Lille?
Link them.
Lille were unbeaten. What happened? Don't talk
They look like
about
little boys.
this. And credit to Bournemouth because they played well. They played amazing. But you see small tweaks. I remember I had a conversation with Sharky. You was there as well. And Sharky was talking about small tweaks, how it can change everything. And that small tweak was Gravenberch.
Go on, tell us. He had a great game.
He had an amazing game.
As
You-
usual.
you-
What player?
Tell me you lot saw the
turn on the byline.
turn
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Where 4 man tried to attack him.
Yeah, and he said, "See you
Assault
later,
him on the sideline. And he said to them,
Shift.
see you,
Yeah.
you, come here.
Gravenberch.
One move.
Shift.
Ryan Gravenberch.
Ryan.
Usually when Ryan Gravenberch. When he plays in a
Ryan
double
Gravenberch.
when he plays He's amazing, bro. when he plays in double pivot with McAllister,
Yeah.
usually he's the one that goes with possession, goes and goes with the ball. That game, it was weird because he pushed to the right, but I understood why. To help Trent and Salah, because Semenyo and Kirkes is not a joke.
Yeah.
So Gravenberch was playing on the right more time.
Right centre mid, yeah.
McAllister, can you get me?
I actually think the midfield you're touching on there as well, they're the reason why you won this game, in my opinion.
This is what I said last one. When it comes to the three best midfielders, arguably in the world right now, it's us lot. But Bournemouth, there was something wrong with that pitch.
Do you not agree with that?
What,
Do you
the
not agree with that?
best three-man midfield?
In terms
Best
of,
three-man midfield in what?
look at it this
Szoboszlai,
season. Szoboszlai's performances
McAllister
are
and
going
Ryan.
under the radar. McAllister, I feel like, drops such a consistent 8 out of 10 performances, it almost gets ignored. Gravenberch has revolutionised himself as one of the best defensive midfielders in the league, in my opinion. Right now, in the world, where does that midfield rank? Because I'm like, bro,
Arguably the best,
It's
bro.
hard to argue that they're not the best.
Arguably
in
the
terms of as a unit, you might look at individuals, whether it be Pedri at
yeah.
Barcelona or Bellingham.
I was going to say Barcelona might have the
like-
best.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what I'm saying. Arguably, we can argue about that though.
Yeah.
Do you get what I
I
mean?
think Newcastle's unit is solid.
Yeah,
solid.
Newcastle's very
It's
good.
solid.
Yeah.
It's not like us though. They're not like us.
I can't lie.
Kendrick
In
said
terms
it
In
to
terms
Drake,
of
bro.
technical ability,
They're not like
all
us.
three of them have that.
Yeah.
The work rate, the physicality, they can all match it. They can all pop up with goals here and
No,
there.
I mentioned you lot, but,
Yeah.
but Newcastle, Bruno, Tonali, and John.
I think that
No, that's good. That's
Whenever
good.
they link you lot as well.
Casado
Yeah,
Pedri.
yeah,
I love it.
Aye, we can argue, but anyone in the Prem, they can't. It's not the same.
Yeah.
We was dying for a number 6.
Yeah, that
We tried
Gravenberch
to get
move,
Zubamendi. We wanted, like, we was crying for a 6.
that was a masterclass.
Ryan
from
Gravenberch. It's to the point now. I don't want the 6.
Masterclass from who?
Slot.
No, me.
That was it, you, yeah?
Me.
The hell do you have to do this?
Where? What did he
What the
watch this?
hell do you have to do
That
this?
was me.
No, it's nothing
That
to
was
do with
me.
you. Nothing at
You
all.
think Slot ain't reading my tweets?
You think
Say
Slot?
wallah, he's not.
You think Slot sat there? Okay. Let me paint a picture for you. Let me paint a picture for you. You think Slot and his team sat down in the meeting room and the boardroom and just put Fuad Kadani's tweets up?
I promise you.
Do you think they put your memes up as well with it? Do you think that's what they did?
I hope they don't. I hope they don't. But I definitely had something to do with that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
I just
with,
want my 15%.
with him,
I will give you 7.
I'll take it.
Fair, yeah.
as I said, with that small tweak, because he wasn't necessarily doing this, what he's supposed to do, that in terms of going out to the right, with shutting down Semenyo and Kirkes. So with that small tweak, obviously everyone knows Bournemouth away is tricky. Bournemouth this season, one of the greatest goal scoring teams in the Premier League this season. Alisson. Everyone was
What a
talking about
performance.
Alisson was playing, how he's been not up to because he's up here, but everyone said he dropped down to here. But for me, yesterday
Back up there.
he's gone back up there.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I remember you said earlier, but I thought let me hold myself back. You said Kluivert's chance.
Yeah, come on, man.
I don't think that's anything to do with luck. You know what I think that's to do with? Alisson.
Why?
Alisson was on the floor. Alisson was on the
I played
floor.
the game before.
But Alisson was on the floor.
I played the game before, guys.
Okay, FIFA?
I'm a striker. I played the game before. Yeah?
If you're trying to justify
No.
this.
I played the game before. When there's a world-class keeper
On the floor.
whether it's
there,
on the-
bro.
It doesn't matter where he is. It doesn't matter.
Presence.
The presence. When there's a mad keeper,
Aura.
that's there. Presence, aura. I'm a striker. You're DM, bro. We're different. We're not the same. We're not the same. When there's a world-class keeper, a crazy keeper, you're not the same, bro. You don't think of, let me just lace it, boom. You have to be precise with the way you shoot the ball.
Okay.
Am I come on, Illy, you've played the game.
There was no one in goal, bro.
It doesn't matter. You still have to be precise because if
Okay,
if
wait.
we all run
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, yeah?
You have to be precise. The whole game, you're thinking of, I need
No,
with
Fufu.
with
You've had a
Semenyo
stinker.
and thing.
You've had a
it's
stinker.
the truth.
They've hit the
Any
post.
strikers will agree
They've
with
hit the
me,
post,
bro.
and the keeper he was back at Liverpool.
And
He was
listen to
standing
what-
on the corner of the goal on the
Listen to
floor.
what I'm
looking at
saying.
it. Thinking, "Damn,
Listen
Clive
to
scored."
what I'm saying. Throughout the whole game,
Yeah.
his aura and presence, it will trick up a striker's brain, bro. 100%. I played the game. I know what I'm talking
And
about.
the goalkeeper's done that to you.
And an elite keeper, yeah. And that's for any striker.
So you think
Clive
the
is one
Stop
of them.
talking for any striker.
Any striker that's played the game.
You're
This
sitting here
man's
with us.
shook of
Yeah, exactly.
goalkeepers
You're
and
sitting
he's
here with
saying
us.
any
Exactly.
striker.
I fell off in the game. But trust me, that is due to...
I've never heard a man walk on the pitch and say, I'm scared of that goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you...
A man who's been scoring hat-tricks and 2 hat-tricks.
that was Alisson
Maybe
that
Oliver
game.
Kahn. Yeah, might be the only
No,
one.
that was Alisson that game because this is any other game, any other day, that's a goal. From Clivert, that's a goal.
Yeah.
No, I just
Let's
think
be
that,
real.
that's those.
No, but
that's-
did you see the like for like thing last
With
season
Man City, yeah.
with Man City? Tavernier shot inside post, it lands where Clivert is, and whoever
Yeah,
was
I think it was
missed the
Smith or
same-
Brooks or something
the
like that.
Same
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah,
bro.
he missed the exact same chance.
Same
It bounced up and he volleyed it
chance.
wide.
Yeah,
Exact
but-
same thing.
exactly.
I feel like
But
in that
this
situation,
is an elite keeper with the
No,
all-round
listen.
presence. A keeper made him miss that chance.
You know, he could have gave Alisson a lot of credit without making this.
know.
yeah.
No,
I don't know how you
facts,
made.
though.
Wait,
It's
now
facts.
we-
You have to give Alisson
Okay, wait,
credit.
wait. Let me ask you this: Clivert missing an open goal,
Yeah.
is Alisson's fault? I'm just asking, yes or no?
Alisson's fault from Clivert.
Is Clivert missing an open goal because of Alisson?
In his head. In his head. He's
Let's
thinking,
talk
brother,
about the next game. Let's talk about the
See,
next
this is
game.
what I'm trying to say.
Let's talk
You
about the
man
next game.
haven't played the game like
Let's talk
me.
about the next game.
If you played the game, you understand as a striker, when a keeper is there and you have to be precise. Throughout the whole game, you as a striker, you're not going to be playing the same, bro. Mentally, like your mind is elsewhere.
Anyway,
A striker will agree with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, wait. I'm not done.
go on.
Salah.
Yes. Get onto him.
This is the greatest Premier League player of all time.
Calm down.
I don't care what anyone says. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go on.
This is the greatest Premier League player of all time.
Calm down, man.
Number 6 in the all-time Premier League goal scoring
Yeah.
chart. Who's gonna go above him? Who's gonna go above? As of now, is any of them still playing?
Haaland will go above him.
Haaland
It's
will
9
go
more
above
years
him.
there. It's 9 more years.
He's who's fifth? Andy is it Aguero? 6 goals away from him.
Yeah.
Andy Cole 9 goals away from him. He could finish 4th at the end of the season. 4th all-time goal scorer. You lot are worried about debating about Eden Hazard.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
Is De Bruyne better than Zidane? Don't bring numbers up to these sorts of arguments.
Is De Bruyne better than-
Why we brought Turkish?
I'm not saying De Bruyne is better than Zidane.
Of course you can't. But if you
Salah-
talk about numbers, you can justify it the same way you're
And
justifying
forget
it.
that.
here.
And even if you take, look at the numbers he's putting up. This is a left winger.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a left winger. All time.
That's literally
number
what he's
6.
saying.
No. It doesn't matter.
He's
but
a
listen,
right winger as well.
He's a right winger. All time top goal scorer in the Premier League. Number 6 as a right winger.
He's not all
Bro,
time though.
you're just hurt because Henry,
He's
the
not
Henry
all-time,
situation.
though.
That's why you're hurt. I hear it.
No,
I hear
I
it.
was going to come to this pod and say Salah's having an Henry season. It's reminiscent of what I used to
It's
see.
not
Henry
having an
doing.
Henry season.
Where?
Wait. Let him land that.
look,
Let
you
him
see,
land that.
I was watching the game when Clivert missed that chance.
Yeah.
Whether it's Alisson or not, that's on. But when I said, all right, let's see what happens from here because Bournemouth are into it. Salah goes up the next end 2 minutes later, turns in, bends it into the corner, and then you see the Bournemouth fan recording it. He's inevitable this season. The Bournemouth fan calls it, says he's going to bend this in.
This ain't
He
new
bends
though.
it in.
This
It's
ain't new
inevitable.
though.
This is
He's
what
been
Henry
doing
used
this.
to do.
No,
but
but
now you
Salah's been
started
doing
it by
this.
saying greatest player
of the Prem history. Of the Prem history. He's the
gotta
greatest.
retract that,
But
man.
he is though. Like see again. This is why people say he's the most disrespected player.
Why?
But
Because
people
I'm
like
saying
you-
he's not as good as
people
Henry.
like you are
Come
coming
on,
in.
brother.
He's not though. For me, he's the best of the Premier League history. I don't care what anyone says, bro.
I like that you started that with for me.
Yeah, for you.
Who is it for you?
Not me.
No, who is it for
No,
you?
no, that's-
Who's your greatest player? What are you going to tell me? Teddy Sheringham.
Thierry Henry. I will.
It's
never-
not. It's not.
a Tottenham fan, bro.
I'm a Tottenham fan.
Why are you saying Henry? Because he's won
Why are
2
you
Premier
shouting
League.
at
Why are
him?
you saying Henry?
I was there.
Tell me
I watched
why.
it with my eyes.
Tell me
What
why.
I saw
See,
with
he's
my
thinking back in the day.
You know,
it's back in the day stuff. You just love the back in the day
It's
stuff.
not nostalgia. Because what do I
It
say
is
about
nostalgia.
KDB?
It's
I say
not-
KDB is
Yeah,
a top
yeah,
midfielder.
yeah.
I give current players their dues.
Why are you
For me,
comparing
there's
KDB
few-
to Zidane?
I'm-
No
I'm
one
just-
says
'cause
that.
he
I've
was
never-
using the numbers
I've never
argument.
seen that though. I've never seen that thing. That's new, fam. Why are you bringing new debates in?
This Salah
I've
Henry
never heard
stuff's
that
just
debate.
this year, though.
This
It's just
Salah-
this year people are saying
Because
it.
Salah's breaking records, bro.
Is it?
This is what I'm trying to say.
I
Well,
mean,
like,
technically-
you man are the way it's getting disrespected is rude here. This is very rude to this
not
guy
rude.
here.
We wanted to
Salah.
give him his flowers.
No,
You
no,
just-
no, no.
That's what I wanted
You
to-
decided to turn this into a
You
Salah
bet-
must be the GOAT. And I just said
that's
now,
what he needs.
for you, that's
No,
great.
no. That's
You
what he
can
I
do
get
that.
it for
That's
him.
what
He's
you
a
need.
Liverpool
I
fan. I get
understand.
it.
No,
I
no.
get
The
it.
But
flowers.
you can't do. Hey, you must think this as well, and you must think this as
Yeah,
well.
you
not
must do.
thinking.
Yeah, now it's turned into. I have to radicalize you, man. I have to. No, I have to now. I have to. I have to. Like, give Alisson his flowers. Give Virgil van Dijk.
We wanted to give Alisson his flowers. He said, "Yo,
no.
he's magically saving
Yeah,
saves."
he is though.
Why you got to
Give
jump
them,
off the
man.
edge?
We'll Salah. Cool. We'll have that debate in SDS Extra. But he is the great Premier League of all time. But with Salah, the way he turned with his goals, what he did last night, See again.
Waneri did the same thing, didn't he?
No. We need that. And also, another person that I want to give credit to for that game is Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk, as a captain's job, which you wish you as well. You don't wish you had this mentality. Like, if you see Virgil when he's here, when it's a focus thing, everyone around him is focused. And that's how we were yesterday with Bournemouth. Because of Virgil. This is Captain
Leader
Fantastic.
of men,
This is leader of men.
say.
So for me, I'm not thinking about, look, you guys are crying. This is why we're different. Let me teach you something.
I'm listening.
No.
Do I need a notepad?
No, let me teach you, yeah. You lot were now saying it's 11 p.m. We need to sign someone between 11 p.m. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about let's get a hitman, let's get this at 11 p.m. I want a DM, I want a left back. I'm not worried about that. Right now, I just win, continue winning. For me, 8 games left. 8 games left and it's done. It's done.
You think he wins?
You think 8 wins?
I think 8 more wins, it's done. No one's, you can't.
Yeah, 12 guarantees, but 8.
Yeah, but for me, 8 is like, we can. I've got my parade dress. I can put it on IG. I can show you, man, my parade.
Well, listen, train ticket sorted as well for the parade.
Everything, bro.
Shame you have to trek 4 hours.
It doesn't matter. It's not 4. It's 2. So 2 hours. 2019. 2019.
They got the express chauffeur. Yeah, say less.
Very Islington.
Very Islington, innit?
Well, listen, let me read out some stats from this game. Liverpool made it 19 games unbeaten in the Premier League now, whilst also ending Bournemouth's club record. Actually, you were right. 11-game unbeaten run.
But you was wrong about 18.
But you was wrong about 18. You was wrong about 18. So sit back down.
Before I leave
So sit back down.
We were 18. Now we're 19.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
going into the game. We were 18. Bournemouth was 11, and now what?
Leave again.
Now leave.
Mamba out.
Mohamed Salah has now scored more Premier League goals than Frank
The greatest of all time.
178, surpassing Lampard's 177. Mohamed Salah's game by numbers versus Bournemouth: 11 touches in the opposition box, 5 duels won, 4 possession, 4 shots, 2 chances created, 2 successful take-ons, and 2 goals. I will say though, some of us watched that game. Mohamed Salah in the season, most touches in the opposition box, most goals, most assists, most big chances created from open play as well, and most, I think I said most assists already, yeah. Let's move on anyway. And guys, I have some...
Wait. Before
No.
Why? Round of applause.
You need to do your round of applause.
Yes.
Round of applause.
Apologies.
We are going to give to Ryan Gravenberch today.
Hercules.
And Addison.
What's that from? Professor.
And Mo Salah for scoring 2.
Yo, vice captain.
Chill.
Vice captain only.
Chill.
Relax.
Relax.
He wasn't even clapping his hands that time.
Yeah.
That was crazy there. But let's move on anyway. And I've got some breaking news to report, guys. Live right now. You heard it here first. There is some breaking news.
Who's you talking shit about earlier?
I have just been given news that Matthias Tell has officially joined Tottenham Hotspurs on loan till the end of the season. Matthias, you made the right choice, boy.
It's real.
Let's go. Let's go.
It just came out.
But North London where? Listen, come Broadwater
Why are you bringing us into it? I didn't want to tell that.
Why you want to
into it?
Yeah? Come look at my boy. Yeah.
And Nico Gonzalez went to Man City.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Hey, listen, the sun is shining on us
Deadline
today.
Day reports from SDS, man.
Oh, this is beautiful, man.
Fabrizio Romano who?
Big up Levy then.
Aye.
2 minutes to talk about your
You
owner.
see.
He flew out there
Turkish is
last
very
few
close
days.
now to never getting invited back again. I am not tapping toes. You can't do this to me.
See our
This is my show. This is my show.
Shit, bro.
Man said,
Talk about Levy.
I saw that tweet yesterday. I said, I know exactly who said this. Listen, 2-0 win yesterday away at Brentford as well. And I went to the game, away game. You know, a local.
Yeah.
Can't lie. But Brentford very good at home.
You was there. They're what? This best home record in the league?
Yeah.
Or one of the best home records in the league?
records in the league. And
What did you think going into the game? Because you lot have been terrible
I can't
form.
lie, weirdly.
Yeah. Was you confident?
I weirdly thought we can get something here.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I saw Richarlison playing up front. I saw Ben Davis and Archie Gray at centre back. But I just had a weird feeling. I was like, I don't know, man, this weather looks nice today. I was like, went to, James pop-up before. I was like, yeah, this is a good day out today, man. Don't ruin my day today.
Yeah.
Bro, it was weird. And pulled up to the game and Brentford just looked flat. I can't explain it. They just whistle. And Wemo tried to get lively. But, brother, we had a solution for that.
Yeah.
And I know normally you give the round of applauses.
No.
I'm giving a round of applause for this game, and I'm giving it right now. Jed Spence, my friend.
Jed Spence. Talk to us about what he done.
What you've done this season, what you did in that game, and Wembo got absolutely locked down. He got absolutely shut out. Try going outside, I got you. Try coming on the inside, I got you. You want to drop deep, I'm going to follow you. And then the worst thing is, even on the ball, driving with it, 1-2s. The amount of key tackles, that block off the line he did.
Yes.
Bro, it was the perfect game of what I want from a defender. And the fact that it's taken him so long to get this chance. You got to remember, this is a guy who we signed maybe 3 years ago. Conte said, I didn't even want this guy. Sent him out on loan. Ange comes in. I don't know who this kid is. Send him to Italy. And it takes time, perseverance. And
Who
for
was
me,
behind that recruitment then?
it was a club signing. It was a club signing to be like, you know what? There's a young championship talent who's doing well.
He played well against
done well,
Forest did well in the cups, and it was like, you know what? There's an opportunity to be a smart signing, and I think no manager really trusted him. When he went on loan to Genoa, did very well. Came back this season in pre-season, performed well. Every fan thought, yo, you know what? He might get a chance this season. First 3 months, you don't see him at all. And I think as a player, that fucks with your head at a certain point. You must be thinking, when am I going to get my chance? I've been waiting. I've gone out on loans. I've proven myself. None of you are giving me the chance. He gets it. And I swear to you, this player hasn't looked back since. It is incredible. Right back, left back. And there's no holes in his game. I'm like, I'm now sitting here thinking, oh, Destiny can come back. He's going to hold bench.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you move. The form you're in, the way you're playing, and you've had to wait so long for this opportunity, and now when you're gifted this opportunity, you're taking it with both hands. It's like we've seen this, I'm sure, players at your club where they've had to wait for that opportunity, and now it comes, they take it with both hands. For me, I have to say, he was man of the match walking away. There wasn't a blade of grass he didn't cover in this game. I thought Bentancur in the second half was massive.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bentancur was really good.
Oh, my days. As soon as Basuma came off, I was thinking, oh, shit. Now there's that protection's not going to be there. 1-0 lead as well. All season long, you've seen Spurs go 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, last week we were 1-0 up at halftime. Leicester went 2-1 within 5 minutes. And I was sat there the whole half. My brother was like, yo, shall I back out the shirt? Shall I back out? And I was like, yo, I know as soon as you back out the shirt, 2 goals going to get conceded.
What, he got a Tottenham shirt?
He had his Tottenham shirt on. And I was like, keep it zipped up. If the second one goes in, Pape Sarr pops up eventually, and then I'm like, hey, get it all out, man. Now we're enjoying it. And it was a good finish.
Yeah.
Substitute coming on as well, making a difference. But listen, we needed that as well. I think our last win was against Southampton in December.
It was.
Before that, the last win before that was in November in the league. Cups have pretty much been papering over the cracks, whether it's Europa League, Carabao Cup. So now, listen, one step closer to 40 points, we are staying up. He said we are staying up. You know what I mean? That's the focus for us this season. This is where it's got to. Get a cup, avoid relegation. This is
I think Kulusevski was really good yesterday. Even though he didn't chip in with a goal or assist, I think the way he collects the ball from the other midfielders and the back four is really good. And the way he uses his body was really good yesterday.
He's the one that makes everything tick in our team. Like, honestly, Richarlison yesterday, the less I say about that performance, the better. Mikey Moore, I think, was great midweek. Obviously,
I was a bit upset he got hooked at half time.
Yeah, same. I wanted him to stay on, and maybe Richarlison, who looked unfit, move Son into the middle, more to the left, and then if you want to bring on someone to the right, do that. But I think Kulusevski, he is the one that literally makes his team tick. Without him, I struggle to see how we create, how we find anything, and I don't know.
No, I think your keeper did well as well, man. Yesterday.
He was a bit shaky. That chance at the beginning where the ball got stuck under his feet. I feel like he's got a lot of that. He reminds you a lot of Ramsdale when he was at the back end of Arsenal's career.
He's confident but shaky.
I was going to say that. I think with him,
I think he's overconfident when he gets the ball.
There's a sense of overconfidence with me. But I like it because coming into a new league, a new team, I feel like you almost have to put your balls on the table to let them know, look, I'm willing to take the risk that's needed. And I think Angelotti wants that from a goalkeeper as well. Vicario's almost the other end where he's more of a traditional goalkeeper. I say, forces himself to play, but he's not really.
How long is he out for?
Huh? I think he could be back in the next 10 days or so. But I'm like, brother, take your time, man. Kinski's come in and filled in very well, in my opinion. And listen,
10 points off of the relegation zone. Are you confident right now? 24 games in, 27 points.
Listen. We build it brick by brick. We go game by game. 14 games left of the season. Last week we're closer to the relegation zone than we are in the top half. Now it's the other way around. So for me, it's just I see United ahead of me, 2 points. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? My brother's there. I'm trying to catch them up. But
and Tell coming in as well. That's a big boost. I think now Son can go up front and Tell on the left.
I think that is a huge one because for me, I said in terms of wide areas, I feel like we lack actual quality, especially Kulusevski now moving into midfield. Brennan Johnson's your only right wing option. Mikey Moore, we're lucky that he's kind of come through and he's kind of a decent talent. And even so, you're going to get inconsistencies with him. Odegaard, we have barely seen him. He's out injured. Son is not a winger in 2025. I'm sorry. Get him through the middle. So Tell coming in now gives us more options out wide. And I hope he comes in with a point to prove. Because similarly like Gravenberch, went to Bayern Munich, hasn't really had that run of games, hasn't had that opportunity. But you can see the talent. You can see the raw ability. And my thing is if you now go and get this first team opportunity, please take it with both hands. I remember Kulusevski and Bentancur were similarly at Juve, in and out of the side, rotation sides. They came in and they set this bar of like, oh shit, we might have something on our hands. So for him as well, I'm sure he's going to be looking at this next 6 months to see how we move and whether he wants to sign permanently in the summer. But just give me a little 7 goals.
Do you find it crazy that he
7 goals,
rejected
4
you?
assists. I'll be happy with that.
Do you find it crazy that he rejected you and then the bad bitch came back?
Nah, sometimes it happens like that. You know what I mean? Start of the night, you talk to a ting. She goes around, realizes no interested in saying, yo,
there he is.
You know you're going home with me regardless, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Come on, man.
The guy with the Lambo didn't pull up.
You weren't there today. Jump up my Fiesta, dude. Come on, man.
For the Nissan Micro.
They always come back round.
Hey, the game is wicked, man. The game is wicked, bro.
The game's the game, man.
Even all that, I mean, it's hard to believe now that he rejected you 4 days ago. And
it's crazy. It's actually crazy.
I believe it. I believe it. I'll be honest.
It's actually
But
crazy.
it's hard to say
Do you know what it is?
rather
That's
than
true
pause.
stuff.
I think that's what it is.
yeah.
I think he more probably said, let me look at,
Assess
see if
my
there's any
options.
options, because Arsenal, they're looking, United's there maybe. And in terms of club profile-wise, I can imagine he probably would have preferred to go there. But then I think, you know what I mean, little result, saw us beat Brentford, and he went, hold on, I want to play with Jed Spence. I mean, that's a real fullback right there.
But we got to give credit to Bait Squad and AMP for that. Because he played in that charity.
Oh, yeah, he
and
did.
Put in a good performance.
And I think Ange saw it and was like, yo, I like this.
As far as I'm aware, that hasn't been revealed to the world. So I don't know. I don't know who that was. But hey,
Are you vexed about not vexed, but how you feeling about Tell?
I did want him. I feel like he would have been a good addition as a left winger, but it's not a big deal for us. Like I saw the other day, he was only interested in United and Arsenal because of Henry and Ronaldo, and Levy went and he rejected you personally. Like it's your second rejection of the window, I think.
He saw Levy and went,
yeah,
no, thank you, brother.
Yeah, but then he ended up going back to Nissan Micro. So I'm not too fussed, man. I'm not too fussed. Hopefully Arsenal get someone today. Hopefully, but I felt like Tell was the only realistic one, only alone. And I was happy.
And
with
that's the thing. I didn't understand why more clubs weren't jumping at the chance, but
but I always look at stuff like that when a player's so good and not a lot of teams are in for him. I always feel like there's a problem there. I always feel like there's
that's why I'm glad it's more of a loan than the 60 million I was hearing.
And it's just a buy option as well. I'm reading right now.
It's an option, isn't it?
It's an option, so you don't even have to trigger it.
Yeah. So for me, it's like when I was
no
hearing
buy
60
option
million,
clause,
I was like, he is unproven. That is a lot of money for potential and high potential to be blessed. I mean, 65 million. We remember Ndombele. That price, but hey ho. Some stats from the game. No Tottenham player won more duels, completed more take-ons, or created more chances than Jed Spence in that first half versus Brentford. Since the start of last season, Tottenham have benefited from more own goals than any other team in the Premier League. Rodrigo Bentancur's game by numbers, 69 touches, 47 out of 51 passes completed, 10 times he won possession, 7 clearances, 7 final third entries, 5 duels won, 3 chances created, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles. What a machine. Tottenham have won a Premier League game for the first time since the 15th of December against Southampton.
That's crazy.
Damn!
A win a month.
One win a month?
Yeah.
Hey, we take it, man. You know what I mean?
Period, boys, man.
Hey.
Once a month, man.
Oh my god. Period.
Hey!
FC, you know.
Do not! FC bleep that!
He's wearing red as well. And he's wearing red.
If you bleep that, I'm launching it on Big Six tonight. Yeah. So you lot better keep that in, because that.
As well.
Oh shit! Yes. Hey, Ilias, that is class, bro.
Period, boys,
class.
man.
What have you started, Illy?
Come on, man.
Damn! Alright, let's move on to the last game anyway. Manchester United 0. Crystal Palace 2.
You know,
Rinaldi turning up.
Turkish.
On the
Please, as an Arsenal fan, how sweet is it when Arsenal win and United lose in the same weekend? It's the best feeling of the weekend.
You know what I would say, yeah?
Best feeling.
I would say, like, because this has been a long going issue.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm sick and tired. Like, it got to the point, in the beginning, it was funny, I'm laughing. Guess what I'm doing now? The same shit. they're bad.
They're so bad.
And I want it. Long may it continue. I love it. Mwah.
Bro, when I watched that game yesterday.
This is at their yard.
Oh my days.
Yeah, bro.
You know United have
A Barlet came in and just...
What they got? They got like I think he's got 13 points in 12 games, or it's like 14 points and 13. It's terrible, bro. He just came every day. He's on his knees, like he's crouching down, holding his head. He's doing 70 interviews a week. He's
with water coming down like that.
Yeah, bro. Like it's so. Like, watching them, they have nothing. The first 15, 20 minutes, when I saw Cobb Mainoo up front, I said, "What's going on here?"
What the hell?
Like Cobb Mainoo's gone from one the kid centre mid to I can't fit him into my starting 11 to he's gonna play behind the striker, score midweek. And then play him as the number 9. He done well. In the first 15, 20 minutes, I was like, yeah, number 9's his position. Then I saw a couple chances. Garnacho crossed the ball in. He should have been there to tap it in. He wasn't there because he doesn't have that striker's instinct. It's not natural for him, which is understandable. You can never blame him for that. But as the game grew on, you could see Crystal Palace, every time they had the ball, every time they could run at their midfield with Sarr, with I think Hughes was doing it as well. Mateta was running behind Munoz as well. Every time they had an opportunity to run at Man United, they ran at them every single time. And then the one tactical change, which we give Slot credit to for all the time, is what Glasner done. He took off Kamada, even though Eze was injured. Took off Kamada, Eze came on, the game changed straight away. He crossed it in, they scored from the cross, from the free kick where Mateta tapped it in. And then that was pretty much it. Like, Man United were terrible. I didn't see them create many chances. You've got Højlund and Xerxes on the bench. I don't know if Højlund was actually on the bench, but he was in it. Højlund and Xerxes on the bench, and neither of them are starting. Neither of them are starting, and that's an indication to I don't trust my strikers at all. If you're playing CDM, who's playing last season at CDM, as your striker, I'm looking at my strikers thinking, if I'm the strikers, I'm looking at man and say, what's going on?
I thought he's taking a massive risk. I think he's a lucky man that the bottom 4 are so poor this year because the run he's been on since coming in any other season, he'd be a lot closer to the relegation side. I mean, you're saying things like, this is the worst United team, and look how quickly he backtracked because he probably saw or realised the impact the team will determine his fate. But that's why he's lucky that these 4 teams at the bottom are so far off. And then he's also now dropping 2 strikers to play midfielder. It hasn't worked. You've lost 2-0, no goals scored, another poor performance. Creep any closer to this bottom 4? But Amorim might not see out the season.
Is it time to switch the system in terms of, is he...
continue doing what you're doing.
No.
I agree with you. Because when Arteta first came in, he started playing 5 at the back. I need to shore up the defense. That's why we won the FA Cup. He had Ainsley, Kolasinac, all these rubbish guys playing in the back 5 because you have to shore up the defense originally. And his 5 is not working because his 5 is essentially wingers at fullback as their wing backs, and now he's got Dalot. Mazraoui, I think, played right centre back yesterday. I can't remember. Played right centre back, was it? No, Yori played right wing back. Yes, Mazraoui played right centre back in midweek, and they're not right wing back. So now I think he has to cut out I need you to attack, and just be more of defensive fullbacks, and then have the attacking players try to create something.
And that's the thing, because you almost feel like, I mean, people like Leas will say, but I don't want him to abandon his ideology. That's what he came in with, and when Ten Hag came in, he said he had an ideology, and as soon as he abandoned it, that's when things went to shit. But it's like, he's come in with this philosophy or whatever, and it worked for the first couple of games, but since then, I don't feel like you're really getting anything out of it. And it's
worked in the big games only.
Yeah. And
Arsenal and City,
It almost feels like you're forcing square pegs into round holes when I start seeing Kobbie Mainoo in the false line.
And it sounds good when you're coming in the summer. It's more relevant, I think. When you're coming in mid-season, you have to just make it work for what it is.
And you know he ain't got the players for it. He's got Casemiro, Eriksen. They can't run.
This patch for Man United, it's unprecedented. Only a week ago it came out that, 300 million loss over the last 3 years, and they're close to PSR and all of this stuff. This ain't the Man United we all grew up on, where they were beasts financially on the pitch, off the pitch. You knew that regardless of a Europa League finish, they can go sign a Pogba or whoever. That United is long gone. So the mess that Amorim's inherited this season, if he manages to get to summer, which he should, because I don't think United will be relegated. Any closer, though, it's going to be a debate. Big Sam might need to come in or something like that. But if he gets to the summer, how are they going to manoeuvre through? Because he has he has to do essentially what Arteta did with Arsenal. 20 man out, 20 man in the next couple of years.
It weren't the same though, like, because you man were never in the position they're in now. Do you know how hard?
Yeah, we weren't. With Emery, we weren't as bad as they were.
Yeah.
But with Arteta, when he came in, I hate that we're making this about Arsenal, but when Arteta came in, there was no expectation at all. But when Amorim came in now, it was, he won the league. He plays wing backs at fullback. He plays a free at the back. We've never seen a free at the back. It's going to be free flowing football.
They
It's
had
not
this
been that.
all their managers. Remember when they said the Ralph guy, Klopp's dad, this and that? They've had that with
They
everyone.
fucked up with him though.
Yeah, they did.
Because he came in, he realised everything, and then at the end of the season, he said, Ten Hag, you need to get rid of all these players. And Ten Hag's arrogance turned around and said, I don't need you. And Man United got rid of him, and then the rest is history. That's probably the one man that came into United and said it for what it is. We need to get rid of.
Said open heart surgery.
Do
you think he's right? Do you think he's right? What the Rashford treatment? How when he said, "I'd rather my goalkeeper coach."
No,
to
but
be
he
on the bench.
clarified what he said though.
I
know what you mean.
I heard what I heard though. Do you get it? Like, don't clarify. Don't try and beat around the bush. I heard you say you'd rather the goalkeeping coach because this is what I took from it. Rashford doesn't train well, so you'd rather bring the goalkeeping coach. For me, that's a mad statement to make as a manager.
Yeah. Would you not make it a Rashford move in general to Aston Villa?
I think it's a good move for him.
Surprised.
Champions League football. 40
upgrade.
40 mil buy clause.
Anything's an upgrade though.
Yeah.
Anything's an upgrade.
I think the only 4
Champions
teams
League
below them
football,
is not.
like,
I think going to Spurs would have been an upgrade for Rashford.
It would have, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It won't feel
Europa
like an
League.
upgrade for him.
It won't feel like an upgrade. No.
He's got an ego, man.
He's going to Birmingham.
Yeah, he got to Birmingham.
Do you know what I mean? Manchester to Birmingham.
Aston Villa, Rashi and that.
Yeah. Because there's no clubs for him at Birmingham.
Break away though from United in terms of 6 months. Let me go out there. They're playing Champions League. They're competing for
build his
Champions League
profile
places.
back
Build
up
my profile
potentially,
back up.
And maybe
playing a
Juventus
good
coming
attacking
for
team.
you or nothing.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so
I feel like I feel like he I think he
But
even
there's
said
a
this is
40
short term. His interview, I think he said this
He
is a
should go
short term fix.
Milan,
Yeah.
fashion centric. Go and do your thing,
Bro, if he goes to
It's
Italy,
scary.
he will kill in Italy because of his speed.
Same thing happened to
Yeah.
Lingard. Exact same thing happened to Lingard.
When he went West
Lingard
Ham.
had to go loan to West
Where
Ham.
is he now?
He's in South Korea, fam.
South
that's
Korea,
it,
yeah.
In South Korea, same thing
Go
happened
and
to
see
Lingard.
where did they play? If they play.
Yeah,
West
true.
Ham.
You'll remember the infamous
yeah,
quotes.
yeah.
But Man United right
If
now,
they
they're in
play.
the pits of hell, and I'm so happy they're in the pits of hell.
Round of applause.
Round of applause. Hey, round of applause. Round of applause for them being in the pits of hell.
That is
Round of
hilarious.
Red Devils, where they belong.
Let me read some stats from the game as well.
Read it loud and clear with no full stops.
Manchester United have failed to score a goal in 4 consecutive games against a single opponent for the first time ever in the Premier League. Manchester United have now lost 4 of their last 5 Premier League games at Old Trafford. Manchester United have now failed to have a shot on target in the first half in 5 of their last 12 Premier League games. And,
Read us more. And they lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace.
And they lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace. And Manchester
they
United
are
are 13th in the table with a minus-6 goal difference.
Oh, they owe the Premier League some goals.
They owe the
They're
Premier
in debt
League
to the
some
Premier League.
goals.
That is crazy. Yeah.
And they're still
Crazy.
crap.
Crazy. Well, listen, people. That is all for this week. Premier League.
No, we're
roundup.
forgetting FPL, man. FPL.
Oh,
Let them know, man. Let me read them out. Let me read them out.
Yeah.
So let's start with the SDS League. We have on this table, Fuizzi has jumped up to 3rd.
Hey.
He's overtaken me, and I've gone to 4th.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you've overtaken
So
me
who's
by
second?
10 points. You're technically
I'm
second.
second.
You're
Yeah,
technically
yeah,
second because Abs Busquets
cheater.
is a cheater. So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
first at the moment, but you're technically
Cheater,
second.
fam.
That must mean I'm 3rd.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to the SDS Ultras. We're going to go the top 10. We've got Free Pogba. I feel like we've been saying his name the whole season a lot. We've got Anis Iman at number 2, Avengers. We've got Harvey Elliott, Player of the Year. That's your kind of man. 3. We've got Nads 11 at 4. We've got Xerxes Miriolin. That's a good name. At 5. We've got Back of the Neto at 6. We've got Idris Abdi. Come on, brother. We need a bit of... we need some creativity here, man. Because look who's next. We've got Pain in the Ass at 8. We've got Tunnel Vision at 9. And then we've got Tango FC at 10. And our favourite at 508, Lalana Rhodes. Lalana Rhodes at 508. Come on, Lalana. We need you to use your wild card. Assistant manager chip. We need you in the top 50 at least. Come on.
Well, listen, people, that would be all Turkish. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, man.
Definitely have to get you back on another time as well, for sure. Fuizzi, of course, you remain top of the table. Enjoy that. Enjoy the 5 goals this weekend as well.
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
listen, we are staying up, Spurs fans. Make sure you join us again next time.
Liverpool, top of the league. Liverpool, top of the league. Liverpool, top of the league.